Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. My hope and expectation is that you are as excited as I am, not just about today, but just about this season that we're all in. And if you are, do me a favor. Put in the comments what city, what state, what country. What you say? What you say, PA? What happened to me? Say what? Yeah, today is a dress down day. What happened to me? I'm dressed down today. Yep. Three reasons why I wear these next level hats. How many we got?
We got a couple of meetings.
We got a couple of meetings. We got a couple business meetings. And I come looking like.
You came like you finna go, woo, you finna go do some things.
You know, I have three reasons why I wear this.
What's the three?
Reason number one, when I'm on vacation. So every time you see me on vacation, I'm wearing this. Okay. Or a hoodie or a shirt and a hat. True. Number two, I'm not on vacation, but I'm here in Atlanta and I'm just chilling. It's just an off day.
I got you.
Number three, which is the reason for the day, I'm working, but I'm having a bad hair day. I didn't shave or cut my hair.
Because I didn't know you was going on vacation another week or so, your birthday.
Yeah. Your spiritual mom.
Because I didn't even know
your COO. She is talking me into going on vacation. She talking about for a whole week. I'm like, honey, I done been on like 8 vacations this year for a whole week.
What? Y'all leaving what?
And she said, well, no, we can maybe go in the middle of the week or whatever. And I was like, okay. She's like, it's your birthday, so we got to go. Whatever the case is, I'm here. Say what? Yeah, please give me a pass today. Please give me a pass today. When I'm having a bad hair day, and that's normal for me. That's normal for me. See, I'm a reader and I'm a studier, right? So once I start reading and studying and doing some work, I don't want to pull out of it. Say what? I don't have any hair. Yeah, but I still need to shave it bald. Like, in order for it to look a little polished.
Oh, Lord.
Like, when I don't shave and I don't cut my hair down, I look like who did it and who got away with it. So I got to cover it up with my hat and my hoodie.
I got you. Go ahead.
So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. While they picking at me because while she picking at me because I'm having a bad hair day. I may be having a bad hair day, but guess what? We having a good Monday. A good money day. I don't mind having a bad hair day if I'm having a good money day. So today is Thursday, November the 18th. We are live. Welcome to the Ramon Preston Show. For those of you that don't know, whether I'm in my signature blue suit and black shirt or in one of my next level brand hoodies, guess what? Every Monday through Thursday, as your host, I show up, not Monday through Thursday. Oh my God. Every Monday through Friday, as your host, I show up here on the Ramon Preston Show. Even when I'm goofing off, even when I'm not on my A game, I still show up. For so many different reasons, but the most important reason why we show up every Monday through Friday on the Ramon Preston Show is to share information with you that we know, and many of you know by now, is designed to help you properly start, structure, and scale your businesses, your ministries, your income streams, and even your wealth building dreams. And everything that I share with you on this show, and the truth is, everything that I share on any platform and anywhere that I have an opportunity to share things with you on, all of what we share, everything that we share, you can rest assured on this. It is a clear and true and real representation of who we are and of what we do on a day-to-day basis. So whether we are talking about starting and structuring a holding company, whether we're talking about financial literacy, creative tax strategies, whether we're talking about real estate investing, whether we're talking about maximizing your profitability, sales, marketing, whatever it is that we talk about on the Ramon Preston Show, whatever the content is that we share, we tailor it to be a clear and real representation of who we are and what we do. I am just not that person to share information with my family or with my extended family and community that I'm not being real about. So you don't have to be concerned about that, even though you may if you don't know me personally, but I'm just not that person. So I want you to know without a shadow of a doubt that whatever we share with you on this show, we tailor it to make sure we provide as much value as we can, because this is information that we live by. These are principles that we practice, and we like to tailor it and to translate it to our community in bite-sized increments through this show to help you get further in your personal, professional, or even your financial endeavors. And so today I want to take a few minutes to talk about 3 sales and marketing principles for entrepreneurs. Now, let me give you some backdrop to why this discussion is so important. Number one is because this upcoming Saturday, November the 20th, from 12 to 4, right here live in Buckhead, we're going to be hosting a sales and marketing workshop. And this is going to be a 4-hour deep dive that my team and I have put together some spectacular information in the form of a workbook, in the form of interactive lessons and training. And this 4-hour deep dive is going to show you how to put a sales process together for your business. We're actually going to walk you through the steps of creating a sales script. So we're not going to just be talking about these hypothetical ideas for what sales and marketing is, but we're going to literally give you the techniques. We're going to give you like the tools to show you, here is what you need to use if you want to make more sales in your business. If you want to make a better presentation with your products and services, here's how you need to do it. And we're going to show you how sales and marketing both work together, kind of like twins. They're like twins. They may not necessarily be identical twins because one is sales and one is marketing, but you're going to actually see that they work like twins or siblings, if you will. And you got to know how both of them need to work together and how they collectively need to work within your company, meaning that you got to be able to integrate sales and marketing into the entire infrastructure of your company or of your organization. So for those of you that have not signed up, it's only $29 for you to get access to not only this live event Saturday, but we're also offering 2 additional workshops that we have previously recorded and hosted. One is on how to start and structure holding companies, and the other one is on how to implement financial systems and creative tax strategies. Like, there's probably nowhere in the world that you're gonna find this much information packaged and tailored the way it is for just $29. So virtual access is $29. If you would like to join me and my team and a group of our coaching clients who have paid thousands of dollars to be in our coaching program, if you want to join us in person, you can actually join us in person. The information is in the description, it's in the link, it's in the comments. My squad is always lurking. And so today, since we're just 2 days away from our sales and marketing workshop, which, guess what, y'all? This is the last live event that we're hosting for 2021. So once we get into 2022, we already have a calendar of events that we have designated for our coaching program, because we host quarterly events for our coaching clients. And we're going to be discontinuing our 1-year business coaching program after December. So that means once we come into 2022, the 1-year coaching program, as you may see it and know it, will not exist. So for all y'all that's thinking about, should I join the coaching program? Should I commit myself for a year to be a part of Ramon Preston's coaching program and to be in his community? Well, you need to make that decision very, very soon, because within the next 6 weeks or so, it's going to be discontinued. And that means if you text coaching or reach out to us for coaching, that 1 year program will not exist. We're going to have other coaching services. Most likely we will have 90-day coaching program increments, which is how we started our coaching division in the first place. We started it as a 90-day coaching program because I'm more of an accelerated type of person where I want to kind of squeeze that time down. But because of the overwhelming response that we were getting from so many people in our business community, we decided as a company to extend it for a year. And initially, we only wanted a certain number of people. Well, we've surpassed that number of people that we initially wanted to bring into our 1 year coaching program. So think about that while you're watching the show if you're interested in being a part of that 1 year program, because that 1 year program will not go into 2022, especially because we've just launched our new real estate investment venture, RP Capital. We're not going to have the time and the space and the energy to really squeeze in a 1 year commitment for a coaching program, as well as what we're going to be doing in our new venture for real estate investing, because we're going to be introducing some new real estate investing programs, training, even though we do have training for real estate in our blueprint game plan. So we have a lot of great things going on. So for those of you that's watching, please do me a favor real quickly so I can give you these 3 sales and marketing principles for entrepreneurs. Here's what I need you to do. Make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube page. We have over 6,000 subscribers. If you are already a YouTube subscriber, thank you so much. We want to get to 100,000. I want to get to 10 million. One of my ultimate goals is to have 10 million subscribers and followers on social media. 10 million, literally. That's a big number, but guess what? Why not? So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to our YouTube page and follow us on LinkedIn. We have over 6,000 followers on LinkedIn. We have a few thousand followers on Instagram and Facebook. All of those platforms, you can search and find me at Ramon Preston. At Ramon Preston. Please do me a favor and subscribe and follow so that you can stay updated on all the things that we're doing here at Ramon Preston Enterprises. Now, once you've done that, please be sure to drop the name of the city, the state, or the country that you're watching us from. That is very helpful to other members of our community when they come on. Whether they're watching the live show or the replay, they have an opportunity to see how big of a following we have and how many people literally engage our live show and our platform, and how many people are getting value from the Ramon Preston Show. Next week is actually going to mark the 10th month since we've officially launched the Ramon Preston Show. And what we have seen within the last 10 months has been nothing less than spectacular. So I want to really say thank you. I'm grateful. I'm appreciative. My team, my squad, our whole staff here, we're just appreciative to all of you who have continued to trust us to help you take your personal, your professional, and your financial life to the next level. So since we are going to be hosting our sales and marketing workshop this Saturday, I wanted to drop in today, and most likely I'll be dropping in tomorrow, to give all of you not only a last minute opportunity to join me for the live event. Virtually is $29, in person is $69. I mean, you can spend $29 at McDonald's. You can spend $69 at the dollar store, you know? So invest in yourself, invest in learning not just about sales and marketing, but get the free workshops that we're adding as additional bonuses to this offer, which are on holding companies and financial systems. Okay, so 3 sales and marketing principles for entrepreneurs. 3 sales and marketing principles for entrepreneurs. ladies and gentlemen, please listen to me, especially all of you who are a part of the faith community. You may be a part of the black community. You may be a minority, a black sheep, an underdog, or you may have just been written off in your circle. Let me explain something to you. It doesn't matter how ambitious you are. It doesn't matter how many aspirations you have. It don't matter how many dreams and desires you live with every day. You have to learn certain tactics, certain techniques that you can use as tools to practice and to execute in your day-to-day activities and operations as an entrepreneur. And two of those tools have to be on sales and marketing. Now, for me, I can honestly say I wasn't always polished, and I'm still learning. My team and I, we learn every day about sales, about marketing, about financial strategies, about business strategies. Like, we're learning because we have a responsibility to serve our clients. So we have to continue to learn every day. And that's why we have some of the most talented and some of the most educated and experienced people that we bring on our team, because we want to provide the best services, the best solutions, and the best strategies, the best products and programs to our community. But for you, whatever industry you in, all right, outside of all the other things that you know you need to learn, whether it's about business ownership, whether it's about investing, whether it's about financial systems, whether it's about tax strategies, whether it's about being a leader, whether it's about influencing, all those things are good. Whether it's about your particular space that you have to get even better at, you have to learn the techniques. You have to learn the tactics. You have to learn certain fundamental mechanics so that you can use as tools when it comes to sales and marketing. And for years, I'll be the first to tell you, I used to just wing it because I didn't have any professional scripts. I didn't have any professional process. And I used to just take information that I found on the internet and just try to kind of piece it together to figure out what works and what didn't work. So I've been through all the trials and errors. And what I've learned is, number one, when you make the investment into the right information, and when that information allows you to develop or craft certain tactics and techniques that you can use as tools, it literally cuts your time to see results sometimes in half, or just totally eliminates it. It gets you from A to Z within the course of days if you have the right techniques, the right tactics that you can use as tools. That's what I'm going to be offering in this workshop, and so many other things that we're going to be offering moving forward for our business community. And so I want to just give you 3 principles that I believe can be used so that you can at least have a basis or a foundation to build a solid sales process, sales scripts, marketing system, marketing campaigns on. And I shared these with our coaching clients Monday. We host a coaching call every Monday for our coaching community. And I shared these 3 principles with them Monday, and they were all like, oh my God, we can't wait until Saturday, because you know how you kind of like flirt with a little bit of content, and then you kind of tease people to give them a little bit so that they can see where we're actually going with this training. And everybody was like, oh my God, I cannot wait to get to this workshop on Saturday. So here are my 3 sales and marketing principles for entrepreneurs. I'll give you all 3, and I'll give you an opportunity to write them down, but they should really bring some value to you. Sales and marketing principle number 1. All right, are you ready for it? I wrote them down so I won't forget them and I won't misquote them, okay? So I'll give them to you. Number 1, first to market wins over best in market. That's the principle I want you to write down. That's number one. Write that down. Okay? If you have any questions, please drop the questions in the comments. I'm giving you 3 sales and marketing principles for entrepreneurs. So if you're an entrepreneur and you want to build a solid sales system, a sales process, you want to have a solid script. Again, I'm going to be teaching on that Saturday in our live workshop, so you can have like the tactics, the techniques on how to walk people through that process. I'm not going to give it to you here because that's more advanced and in-depth information that we've had to learn, we've had to develop, we've had to build the muscle for, we've had to work it and practice it. And so now that we have figured out what works and we're continuing to work it and build on it, we're going to be able to share that with those of you that join us Saturday. But at least I could give you some bedrock principles that you can build any techniques on. Number 1, sales and marketing principle number 1, first to market wins over best in market. Does that make sense to you? First to market wins over best in market. Now, some of y'all may have not watched the show. What was it, Monday, when I was talking about speed in business? When was that, Monday? So some of you need to go back and watch that. But if you missed it, if you missed the show on Monday, I'm trying to see what the title was. I'm always trying to give y'all an easy way to get to where you're going. Okay, the show on Monday was why speed matters in business. Why speed matters in business. So this really connects to the speed at which you move as an entrepreneur, but the tools for marketing and sales that you use. So marketing, or sales and marketing and speed, should be working together. This is how you accelerate the process. So principle number 1, first to market. So what should I be thinking about, Prophet Ramon, as an entrepreneur? Here's what you should be thinking about. How can I become first to market? How can you get first to market? Now, there are certain things that you can do to be first to the market. But guess what? If you don't have the muscle built that allows you to go from idea to product to market, like in like warp speed time, for those of you that are familiar with Star Trek Enterprise, if you don't have the muscle that's built to get you from idea to product to market in warp time, meaning that my team knows how quick I can be with that. So if I come up with an idea today, I have to have enough confidence in myself. I have to have enough courage, and I have to have enough commitment to my dreams and my goals and where I want to be. I have to have enough confidence and courage and commitment to be willing to take that idea, turn that idea into a product, and once it becomes a product, take it to the market. And guess what? Even if you are still in the incubation stage of developing the product, take the idea to the market. See, a lot of entrepreneurs, they get good ideas, but here's what happens. They get stuck in the incubator. They get stuck in research and development. They get stuck in analyzing. They get the paralysis of analysis going on, and they slow the process down because they feel like, well, I need a logo. I need a domain name. I need to get this. I need to get that. I need to work on this. I need to get the color right. See, you're stuck in product when you need to know how to become first to market, because first to market wins over best in market. So think about it. The people who are first to the market, meaning that the people who are starting to get a lot of the attention from people who are in the marketplace, are not always the best at what they do. So if you're a coach, if you're a consultant, if you're a trainer, if you sell certain apparel, or if you have certain products and services that you know are actually the best in the market or just extremely good in the market, it really doesn't matter how good your products and services are, or it really doesn't matter if you're the best in the market with that particular product and service. What's going to matter and what's going to win over that is who's first. Who's going to be first to the market, so that when the attention is given, when the attention is given by the consumer, that person who is first will get the attention. And you're not just competing with other people in your space. See, I know from a marketing perspective, and I kind of have a cheat sheet because I do have a marketer, an executive marketer on my team. But guess what, y'all? Even before I had any marketing executives or consultants or companies that I could work with or professionals, guess what I was always willing to do? I was always willing to be the first to market. Me and my marketing executive were just talking before we went live. And y'all see me sitting in my little makeshift studio that we just kind of erected and set up until we have professionals come in and get everything the way we want it, which, by the way, I'll give y'all an update tomorrow because we have some new people coming in tomorrow to give us an assessment and perhaps a proposal on what we can do and how we need to do it. But my point in bringing that up is we were just talking it, and I was telling her, I was like, listen, under any other circumstance, people who are doing what we're doing in terms of like constructing a new studio, launching a new real estate investment firm, working on current clients, trying to keep momentum in a business to move forward, doing all these things. Most of the time, entrepreneurs or business owners in my place would have probably said, we're just not going to do live shows for the next 2 or 3 weeks. We're going to just put it off and we'll start back fresh in December or in the new year. People do that all the time. And here's what I was just telling her. I was like, I would rather make mistakes, be late like I have been. Now, it's not just because we're under construction that I've been late for the past couple of weeks and have been showing replays. It's some other things that were going on. But my point is, I would rather be late. I would rather show up, having bad hair days. I would rather fumble around because I'm moving so much, I'm forgetting what I'm talking about and stuff like that. I'd rather do all that for the next 2 or 3 weeks while we're working on the studio, rather than not showing up, because at least I can always go back and say I was in the market. Because if you don't show up to the market at all, and y'all really need to hear this, especially you entrepreneurs, you cannot show up to the market enough. So the goal, right? The goal for you is to be first to market. That's what the goal is. The goal is to be first to market. Whatever it is that you're doing, your goal should be to become the first person to the market with your products and services. And guess what? You can actually do this every day. Even if you're not first to market today, why can't you be the first to market tomorrow? Why you can't start planning and scheduling today how you're going to be the first one to the market tomorrow? You're going to be the first one talking about your products and services. You're going to be the first one reaching out to people who need your products and services. You're going to be the first one following up with people who already purchased your products and services. You're going to be the first one asking again and again and again to people who may have been interested but never bought your products and services, would they like them? Because what if tomorrow is the day that they want to purchase it? So I get on my leads, prospects, clients, customers. If you have ever been any of the above, we will get on your last nerve. We will send you email after email. We will send you text message after text message. We will call you and leave voice messages. We will show up in your notifications through ads and through organic posts. You know why? Because we want to be first to market, because we know from a marketing perspective, from a speed perspective, from a overall sales perspective, we know first to market wins over what? Best in market. So all you entrepreneurs that's so focused on trying to be the best, oh, ain't nobody got no better products than us. Who cares? Don't nobody do it like I do it. So here's the problem. Nobody cares you do it like you do it, and nobody knows you do it like you do it, because you're so focused trying to be the best in the market. Other people who are winning because they're first to market. So work on becoming first to market. How do I do that, Ramon? Every day of the week. Every day of the week. We're going to be talking about this Saturday as well in our marketing segment. Every day of the week, you should have a marketing plan. You should have a marketing strategy. I forgot what you called that on that one page. A who? Okay, that's a cheat sheet. A meal plan. My CMO calls it a meal plan. I'm not going to get that to y'all, but that's her wording. So you should have a meal plan, which, by the way, for those of you that are joining us live, you know, she's a marketing genius and she's going to be there. So if you have any questions, you can ask those questions. And, you know, I'm going to give you like the marketing as an entrepreneur answer, but she'll probably give you the marketing as an entrepreneur, but more importantly, as a executive marketing consultant, someone who understands all the analytics and all the science behind what crazy, wild, ridiculously extroverted people like me do. But the point is, think about this. Once you start becoming the first to market, think about this. You start being the first in people's mind, right? So think about that. Let me break that down for you. So first to market, let me write that again. First to market. This is you. First to market becomes first to mind. Does that make sense? First to market becomes what? First to mind. So when people in the market get used to you being the first, you're the first one. Now, it doesn't mean you're not going to be annoying. It doesn't mean you're not going to be aggravating. It doesn't mean people are not going to block you on social media and snooze you and, delete you. And if you're sending emails or text messages or voice messages or video messages, it doesn't mean that they're not going to subscribe from you. But what it means is, here's how I look at it. Even when people reach back out to us and say, take me off your email list, take me off your call list, even when people snooze me on social media or delete me because they don't want to see me no more, you know what that's telling me? What is it telling me? What do you think it's telling me? What do you think is telling you when people stop following you on social media or ask to be taken off your email list or tell you, take me off of that, that group message that you send out every week to your customers and clients? What is it telling you? Here's what it's telling you: that you are starting to become first to market, which means you're starting to become first in mind, and they getting sick and tired of your behind. Bars. Did you catch that? You just missed it. I say you're starting to become first in mind and they getting sick of your behind. Bars. But that's good. That's good. You actually want to use that as research and development that you're gathering to identify with how are you penetrating the market. Because if you can start identifying the metrics like my expert does. She understands all the search engine optimization metrics and all the analytics and all the, what do you call it? The analytics is another word. Who? Data is another word. What? Algorithms. all of a sudden, the things that you're doing to be first to market are becoming algorithmic. That's a word. They're becoming algorithmic. So it's not just the algorithm on social media. Your practices become an algorithm. If I'm making sense, how you move becomes an algorithm. You can't listen to people who are not willing to do what I'm telling you to do, and then they tell you, well, you can't do this, you can't do that, that's too much, you saying too, man, whatever. Let me just do everything I can, gather the data to see what can become algorithmic to my marketing, because I want to be first to market. And I want my first to market practices, techniques to become first to mind. That's principle number one. Let me give you number two. I took more than enough time on number one. Number two. So sales and marketing principle number one is what? First to market wins over what? Wins over best in market. Stop trying to be perfect. Stop trying to be the best. And guess what? Here's what I want you to understand. My last point. I've been saying that for 10 minutes. My last point on the first principle. When you're trying to be perfect in your presentation, in your marketing, in how you share your company and you and your brand and everything about your business to the market, when you're trying to be perfectly polished and you're trying to articulate everything correctly, here's what you need to understand. You're coming off disingenuine because people know that's really not you in the real world. See, I don't have a problem being me, and I know everybody's not like that, but you have to get comfortable. How are you going to get comfortable? You got to practice it. So if you sit in front of a camera and you're like, if you pick up your camera right now and you're like, hey, I'm not comfortable with what I'm doing. I don't even know if this is the right thing to do. But guess what? I'm trying it. You got to start trying it because you want to be first to market and you don't want to just be stuck, paralyzed, trying to be best in market. All right. Sales and marketing principle number two. Are you ready for this one? This is big. Number two, customer. Man, I hope I spelled this word right. Customer acquisition. I don't even know if I spelled acquisition right. I should have fact checked it or spell checked it before I did it. Customer acquisition wins over customer. This is a big one here. Service. Think about that for a minute. Write it down. Write that down. Customer acquisition wins over customer service. There are a lot of big companies, medium-sized companies, small companies, mom and pops, solopreneurs, independent contractors who have gone out of business because all they were prioritizing was customer service, but they were not prioritizing customer acquisition, right? Think about it. Customer acquisition wins over customer service. So you're trying to work on, let me give you an example, all the analytics of your systems. Oh, I just got to have the right QuickBooks system, the right project management system. I got to have this connected to this. I have to have that connected to that. Let me explain something to you. If you don't have customers to put in those systems that are actually buying your products and services, your customer service means nothing. Am I correct? Your customer acquisition is more important than your customer service. So I'm a witness. What I'm telling you, I practice in my own business. My team will tell you when we start having issues with customers that we have acquired, and those issues could potentially cause problems with the service we provide for the customer we acquired, then we start figuring out what is the next best system or process we need to use. But we not just coming in here every day trying to figure out how can we just create better customer service? How can we find a better mousetrap for this, a better system and process for that? Let me explain something to you. I started our organizational enterprise knocking on doors with no system, with no software. I didn't have a computer. I had papers, my wife and I, this is how we did it. We had papers, we just kept notes, and we just continued to just build it out until the technology and the systems and process we needed made sense. Now, again, you all that are watching me, you're in 2021. So there's technology for everything. So there's no excuse or reason why we can't have technology. My point is, if all you're focusing on is providing the best service to a customer, you're going to lose as an entrepreneur, because you need to be focusing on acquiring the customer. It's not that customer service is not important, but customer acquisition wins over customer service. So think about it. If you're focused on customer service, you're thinking about, okay, I got to have the best product, which is true. I got to have the best service, okay, which is true. It's good to think that way. And you're right? But why don't I acquire the customer so that I can identify with what is best for the customer that I have acquired? Because a lot of times, you put all this stuff together that you think is going to be the best customer service. It's going to create customer satisfaction. It's going to just keep customers as happy as all outdoors, only to find out they don't like nothing that you put together. Right? So if you focus on acquiring the customer, then guess what you got to do? You got to focus on sales and marketing. Because you're not gonna acquire a customer if you're not marketing and if you're not selling. Period. This is why you need to learn this. So that's number 2. Let me give you the third one so we can go. For those of you that have any questions about this, especially on sales and marketing, you need to show up this Saturday. You need to join me this Saturday so that you could be a part of this sales and marketing workshop. You need to learn this stuff. I think everybody should know this, especially those of you that are in the Black faith community. My people, we come through so much, like we gotta learn. Like I would tell you, if there's one skill that you need more than anything else, I would tell you it should be the skill, not just the knowledge, but the skill of sales and marketing. The skill of sales and marketing. And here's the crazy thing. I actually knew that before I knew it. Like, I wish I had a card. I wish I had one of the first cards my wife and I put together when we started our 2-person real estate team back in 2003. We got some makeshift cards. I remember the person who did the cards for us. They took a little picture we had. We took a picture on a 35 millimeter camera. This was back in 2003, y'all. This is 18 years ago. And they put that picture on a little card. It was like the little cheesy card stock. And they polished it up. And they had our picture. It was like burgundy and gold. You know, back then, everything nice was burgundy and gold. Burgundy and gold was like the colors, man. And I had my blue suit on. And with a tie. My wife had I think she had a black suit on or blue maybe. We were matching. We were standing beside each other. You know, I had hair back then. I had a mustache and a goatee. It was all black. I ain't have no gray. I mean, we were fly, right? And my wife, under her name, I think she had a certain role, like as the real estate professional or salesperson, whatever. And under mine, I had sales and marketing specialist. That's what I called myself, the sales and marketing specialist. And one of the reasons we came up with that, because my wife was like, honey, if I put you in front of people, all you got to do is just start talking. You know, I come from the hood. You know, I used to trap. You know, I used to be a spokesperson, right? So I used to, You know, I used to be able to talk. I'd walk in the room and start greeting everybody and dapping everybody up, and just, I'm a people's person. I'm a outgoing individual. I don't see strangers in a room. I'm gonna mingle and talk, and that's just how I was. But it really wasn't professional sales and marketing. It was just me using my gift and my personality. But I realized early on that, wow, this will get you in some doors. So when you start thinking about how that works in a 2021 world, well, how are you gonna get in them doors? You're gonna get in those doors through personality, not just your personality, because people may not give you the time and the attention to talk to you like we used to in person. So now you gotta figure out ways how you get in those doors to get attention. And this is where sales and marketing plays a big important role. Sales and marketing principle number 3. I'm just giving y'all 3 today. Here's the last one and we're gonna go. If you enjoyed this, I want you to drop in the comments what your biggest takeaway was. Scarcity. Oh, I don't even know if I'm writing that word right. I'm just not spelling right today. Scarcity. This is what I'm trying to spell. Scarcity. Yeah, you know, I do be beating the brakes off these erasers. That's what they're called? Oh, markers. Wow. Scarcity about the market gets no results from the market. I hope y'all understand these principles that I'm giving you. This is sales and marketing principle number 3. Scarcity. Scarcity about the market gets no results from the market. So even though sales and marketing is a mechanic game, it is a technique game, it is a practical execution with tool game, right? But it's also an intentionality game. Sales and marketing is about intention too. It's about motive. It's about mindset, because that's going to have a lot to do with what you're willing to market, how you're willing to market, and what you're willing to sell and how you're willing to sell. Most people don't have the drive, the determination, what is another way of saying it? Most people can't muster up the drive and the determination to don't be concerned about what people think about them enough to market themselves and sell themselves. You get what I'm saying? Like, for example, if you have a scarcity mindset about the market, it means you have a limitation in your thinking. Your mindset is small when it comes to the market. Have you ever said things like this? Man, it ain't no good customers out here. Don't nobody want to spend no money right now. Everybody's trying to swindle me and get over on me. Everybody complaining about my prices. Man, I can't get nobody to call me back. Everybody doing you're wrong. You have a scarcity mindset. I talk to my team about this all the time, and anybody that's around me. We're not going to be talking with scarcity. Nobody don't want to do this. No, it ain't because nobody don't want to do this. It's because we're too stuck on the person or the people who don't want to do this. It ain't nobody out there. You know, it's 7+ billion people on the planet. So if you got 10 idiots who just don't want to purchase your products and services, or 2 people who just giving you the runaround, you got over 7 billion people on the planet. It's because your mindset is centered around scarcity. It ain't enough money. We used to hear this all the time in real estate. Man, ain't no good real estate out there. What? Like, have you been living under a rock? It's good real estate everywhere. Just because you don't know how to acquire it, just because you don't know how to wait for it to come back around, just because you don't know how to make other things happen outside of that one thing, doesn't mean that thing is not plentiful. So scarcity about the market gets no results from the market. So you have to remember that your marketing and your sales has a lot to do with your intention. It has a lot to do with your motive. It has a lot to do with your mindset. So for example, if I believed that nobody wants to pay $5,000 for a 1-year coaching program, if I believed that nobody wants to pay $1,500 for a 1-year online business and financial training program to change their personal, professional, and financial life, if I believe that nobody wants to learn to become a professional coach and consultant and pay me $15,000 for certification, if I believed that there's nobody on this planet who wants to invest $25,000 into a franchise to have a built-in business for consulting, coaching, and training called the RP licensing program for $25,000. If I believed that nobody wants to invest their hard-earned money into real estate assets that would be managed, controlled, or owned by my real estate investment company, it will show in how I present myself into the market. Because I'll be really negative. I'll be really skeptical. I'll be really apprehensive. I will always be reluctant to go to a certain extent in my presentation, in my introduction, in my marketing, in my sales, because deep down in my heart, I know my motive and my mindset is full of scarcity. And so this scarcity about the market will get me no results from the market. But see, I believe, and some of y'all need to work on that. You need to work on that. Last week I talked about that. I think it was last week I talked about your belief lid. Your belief lid. I believe there are people who will pay $29 to show up this Saturday to a live event to learn about sales and marketing. I believe there are people who will pay $1,500 to get 1-year access to a business and financial training program that has taken me from hood figure to 7 figures, and that soon will provide that same testimony to a whole lot of people around me. I believe there are people in this world that will pay $5,000 to have 1 year access to me and to my team so that I can coach them on how to start, structure, and scale their business. I believe that there are people who want to become very professional consultants, coaches, and trainers, and who would love to be certified under my banner and to coach, consult, and train people the way I do it so that they can see success, whether it's through their $5,000 coaching programs, their $1,500 training programs, or their $29 virtual workshops. I believe that there are people who want to buy their own business, and instead of putting $25,000 into the stock market where they see no return, they will invest into a licensing with me and my organization to have access to be able to provide their own $15,000 certifications, their own $5,000 coaching, their own $1,500 programs, their own $29 workshops, and a host of other things. But they want to buy a franchise for consulting, coaching, and training. See, I believe that stuff. So when I'm sending emails out to my community, when I'm talking about these things to my audience, when my team is adamantly calling and reaching out and texting and communicating with our community on these extraordinary products that we have that have changed my life, my family's life, our legacy, our team, our community as a whole, guess what? We know it and we believe it because we do not have scarcity as a mindset. So I want to challenge all of you, take these 3 principles, use them as bedrocks, right? As a basis to build your techniques for sales and marketing on. Now, if you do not have those techniques, meaning that you do not have a sales script, You don't have a flow chart, something you can use to walk your leads and your prospects and your potential customers and clients through. If you don't have a marketing campaign or some type of outline or flow chart on how you should implement and execute marketing, I want you to take advantage of our virtual workshop we're hosting Saturday for $29, all right? Take advantage of that. You could join me in person, which means you'll be able to communicate with me and my team in person. My CMO, we have a chief executive marketing consultant. She's our CMO. She works here at Ramon Preston Enterprises. She's one of our executive leaders, especially when it comes to marketing and branding and content creation and everything that you see us doing from a design perspective, from a imagery perspective, from a branding perspective, from an analytical, algorithmic perspective. She does it. You'll be able to ask her any of those technical, scientific questions to get some answers on as well. So you could join us virtually for $29. You could join me in person. It's only $69 to join me in person. You're going to have a workbook. That workbook is going to give you an outline of what we're going to be training you on with marketing. It's going to have an outline of what we're going to be training you on with sales. And you're literally going to leave there with a good program for marketing and sales, with a script and with something that you can go implement as a mechanical tool to use. And I guarantee it's going to increase your sales, and it's going to increase the impact you have in your marketing. For those of you that want more, if you would like to have access to our online training program, we have a business and financial training program. It is literally structured as a 5-step wealth building system. We show you how to go from A to Z in creating financial freedom for yourself, which includes business ownership, financial literacy, entrepreneurship, real estate investing, and wealth building. We teach you all of those principles in that blueprint game plan. All you have to do is text the word blueprint. Text the word blueprint. Text the word blueprint to 404-478-7213. Isn't that right? Text the word blueprint. You could text this word to 404-478-7213. We'll give you 1 year access to our blueprint game plan, hundreds of training courses and programs from goal setting, scheduling, financial literacy, tax strategies, holding companies, real estate investing, starting and structuring a nonprofit. We have so many courses in that Blueprint Game Plan program, and we'll give you 1 year access to it. It's a $1,500 program, but we're offering, it's $1,500, but we're offering 12-month payment plan for $125. So that means you could get started today. You can get started today, literally. You can text Blueprint today to this number. We'll call you back. We'll process your first initial $125 payment, and we'll onboard you soon after that payment is processed, and you'll have access to all of those programs, hundreds of training courses, so that you can start building financial freedom for yourself and really learning how to start, structure, and scale a legitimate business system. Now, just in case you would like to have access to everything that I've talked about, our blueprint game plan and all of our quarterly workshop masterminds that we host, we give all that for free in our 1 year business coaching program. So for those of you that would like to take me up on that 1 year business coaching program, which is about to expire and be discontinued, our 1 year business coaching program, we have a 12-month payment plan offer for $397. You get access to 1 year of business coaching. And this business coaching program gives you, number one, access to all of our quarterly mastermind workshops. So everything that we're teaching this Saturday, all of our coaching clients get it for free. It comes with the coaching program. Our Blueprint Game Plan, that $1,500 program I just told you about, they get access to that for free. We also start you out with this 1-year coaching program with an initial one-on-one coaching session. So I take about 2 hours to help you put together a solid game plan for what you want to accomplish within that year. We have a specific process that we walk our clients through. And once we walk you through that process, we're going to help you identify with the systems and the structures and the programs and the processes that you need to put a legitimate business together. If you already own a LLC or maybe 2 and you just need to restructure it, you may need help developing your products and services. You may need some assistance pricing them and structuring them the right way so that you can be effective in your sales and marketing. We help you with all that. And we give you access to all of those quarterly events on sales and marketing, holding companies, business systems, creative tax strategies. We give you access to our weekly coaching call. So every 7 days, you're able to drop in that live weekly coaching call. Not only do you get a lesson, but you have an opportunity to ask questions, interact with another group of coaching community members who are starting to really collaborate together and work together, because that's what my dream is. So again, this is a $5,000 program right here that we're offering for $397 a month. For $397 a month. So literally, you can pay $397 and get access to all of this the same day you process that first payment. And it's well worth it. As a matter of fact, $397 times 12 is not even $5,000. So we're giving a deep, is how much? $47.64. And let me tell you something. If $4,764 within the course of a year is not an investment you're willing to make into yourself, personally, into your business, professionally, and even into your legacy financially, then maybe you need to work on your mindset. You might need another coach or a therapist. But if you know $4,700 for an entire year access to a business coaching program, to world-class training is worth the investment, you need to think about it as an investor. Like, what would be your return? What would be your ROI? Because if you invest $4,700 into yourself and into your business with information and training and with the community, well, the return on your investment will probably be way more, like thousands and thousands of times more than $4,700. And the truth is, most people who join our online training program, and especially who join our 1-year business coaching program, typically see an increase in their income by 30% within 30 days. That's what our claim to fame is. We always tell people that we talk to that we can increase your income by at least 30% in 30 days because we have certain strategies that we can use, whether it's strategies that you can use on your job as a W-2 employee and or in your business with your products and services. All it takes is for us to walk you through that initial assessment, to put you on our training program, to plug you into our community, and then to give you the tools that you could start implementing day one. Within 30 days, you're gonna see a bump in your morale, your motivation is gonna go through the roof, your understanding of business is gonna go through the roof. As a matter of fact, even if you don't believe what I'm saying, here's what I want you to do. I wanna challenge you to join me this Saturday for the $29 virtual offer and just listen to some of the testimonies and success stories that some of our coaching clients are going to give during that live event. You're going to be like, oh, shoot, these are total strangers. It ain't like these are people I'm paying to just come in at an event and they just, like shooting the breeze to make everybody think, oh my God, this is awesome. No, these are people that I didn't even know. These are people who found me because of how we market ourselves and how we share our information and provide value on platforms like these platforms, who reached out to us because they text a certain number or told us at a certain event they wanted to connect with us, who joined one or both of our programs, whether our online program or our coaching program, and saw results. So anyway, I look forward to seeing so many of you this upcoming Saturday, either live or in person or in virtually. And we'll be back tomorrow to talk a little bit more about sales and marketing, because this is going to be our last live event we host for 2022. And once we come back around to our 2022 events, we're going to have a different program. This 1-year business coaching program won't exist. So I love y'all. Appreciate all of you. Have an amazing Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow, same place, same time, right here on the Ramon Preston Show.